getting ready for our mid-Victorian ball, and we start with a chemise and some drawers to wear underneath that. Next, I'm going to put on my knit stockings, which are fully fashioned and knit by me on my flatbed and circular knitting machine. To make sure that these stay up, I'm using a ribbon tied just under the knee as my garter. This ribbon will match the color of my dress, even though hopefully no one should see it but me. I made many pieces of this ensemble, so if you want to see how I knit these stockings on my machines, feel free to check out the rest of this playlist. Next comes the corset, or in the 1840s these were still sometimes called stays. I didn't have the time or money to invest in a new corset, so this is a slightly not correct date one, and by this time they would have also had the front split bust, making it much easier to put on, but I was able to finally manage to put this corset on myself. The 1840s and 50s are a time of very voluminous skirts, but this is before the crinoline, so you create that shape by wearing lots of different petticoats. The most important one is a heavily starched corded petticoat that I'm putting on here, although it's gone a little bit limp after a bit of use, so it should use some restarching. Many layers of petticoats may have been worn at this time over the corded petticoat, but as I had to pack for this trip, I only put on this one petticoat, to which I added extra ruffles for a little bit more volume under my skirt. This one buttoned at the back for a slightly narrower to the waist finish so that I can build up the layers without adding too much bulk right at the waist point. After all of these petticoats are on, I decided to do my hair before I put on my outer silk layer, and as I'm imitating the style of Ada Lovelace, I created these forward-facing front curls and a little bit of a simple bun in the back. The next step is to put the outer garments on, and this is actually where the silk comes in. I dove into the silk skirt and carefully closed it at the back, making sure to rearrange it and fluff it out as I was putting it on. The skirt is cartridge pleated in the back, but the front is knife pleated, so I made sure to line up the front center in the correct location. Next, I'm putting on my bodice, and I make sure to pull down the sleeves of my chemise as this is a pretty low neckline style, and for my bodice I do need someone's help in closing it up. Once that is buttoned all the way up the back, my full outer layer and garment layer is complete, and I want to accessorize. So I add some jewelry like this amethyst necklace, some pearl earrings, and then of course the hair decorations that we talked about as well in a previous video, although I didn't put on my shawl just because I didn't want that to accidentally get caught. And now it's time to go to the ball. My first ball was such a wonderful experience, and I can't wait to go to my next one. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to focus a little bit more on my antique and historical knitting. If you want to see how I made all these pieces, feel free to check out the relevant playlist. And if you like things like this, especially historical crafts, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you next time very, very soon. Bye.